Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last few episodes, I was doing some skirmishes that were part of the epic quest, and now it's time to talk with Bozy once more and tell him of my successes in all three of those skirmishes.
We have weathered this storm, but I fear it may not be over.
You have left me speechless, Kippen. With your help, we live to fight another day. But what if the orcs return, as they surely will? We cannot stand against them forever. They are simply too numerous. So, these equipments aren't too bad, but I'll just pick something random.
Bori's assault upon Marzog's fortress ended in tragedy, with most of the dwarves slain and Bori himself taken captive, as well as Ziegelberg. The dwarves elsewhere in Moria repelled, though barely, the retaliation of the orcs against them. But another attack could spell doom for Durin's folk.
So let's see what's next.
We cannot stand alone. We must seek new allies.
We have withstood the initial attacks of the orcs, but for how long will our good luck last? Not long enough, I fear. The orcs are simply too numerous, and with the support of Dol Guldur, Marzog can surely wage his war long enough to overturn our defenses. We must seek help of our own, though the friendship of the dwarves with the elves of the Golden Wood has suffered strain over the long years. It has never, I hope, been truly abandoned. We need their assistance now more than ever, or we are lost. You must seek the aid of the Lady Galadriel. We dwarves know little of her, but it is said she wields some great power. Some say she is fell and perilous, others that she is kind. In this dire time, I would risk an audience with her, though I am afraid. Speak with one of the wardens at the bounds of Lothlorien and ask to speak with the Lady of the Wood. Who better than you, Kippen? You are an elf friend and a dwarf friend both. I understand that there may be great platforms among the trees across a river called Nimrodel, southeast of the Dimril Dale. You may find wardens of Lothlorien upon them. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are finishing up here in Moria and almost ready to proceed towards Lothlorien for the next season. So I think for right now, I'm gonna do a few more quests, and then I still have a few instances here, and then I'm sure I need to go take a look at my completionist checklist and do a bunch of quests that I missed along the way. But for right now, I know there's one little area that I missed in Nud Melek. So actually, let me see if I can take a swift travel to the first hall.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Let's do that real quick. I'm actually going to take this off my tracker for now, because I'm not just ready to go into Lothlorien. Alright, so let me head out this way. First of all, I think there's an exploration deed to get to the tip here of the bridge, both from the western edge and the eastern edge. So let me approach it here from the east, and hopefully that will unlock a deed. There we go. Perfect. Now next up, I think that I need to go all the way around here. So what I'm trying to do is get all the way over here. There's this camp here, Balin's camp, and there should be some quests there. So it's going to be quite a long ride. I might fast forward a little bit of it until we get to areas we haven't explored together. The reason why I have a flag here, like I discovered this camp, is because I went there off screen just to make sure it was there and that there were some quests there. So I confirmed that, and now I'm going to go do them with you guys. So you may remember coming up here with me to do one of the epic quests many episodes ago, I believe, but now I can push a little bit further ahead past the deep crossroad here. We go all the way up. Really nothing too exciting over here. Just some orcs hanging out, waiting to eat someone. I think we're almost there. And here we are. So this is Balin's camp, and there is a landscape quest here. You have discovered a camp once inhabited by Balin, son of Fundin, when he led his own expedition into Moria. It is completely overrun with vermin, but perhaps there are artifacts to be uncovered that lie nearby. Alright, excellent. And I think there should be an item here. There you go, the Stonecarver's Journal. The journal reads, Dwarf who makes me has no need for me. Dwarf who buys me has no use for me. Dwarf who uses me would not want me. I have 100 legs and cannot stand. I have no head and a long neck. I cannot see, but I am neat as can be. 100 arms, 1,000 fingers, and no eyes to see where it is I linger. With a knife cut open my head, then weep beside me when I am dead. I have no eyes, yet once I did see. I once had thoughts, now I'm empty. And then comes this strange little verse. 100 arms comes before headless long neck. Head cut open is alone at the end. Headless long neck comes after the dwarf in me in 100 arms. No eyes comes after headless long neck. Dwarf in me comes after 100 arms. The plaques associated with this puzzle are here in Balin's camp. So that's going to be a puzzle I'm going to have to solve. Should be interesting. So I need to defeat some creatures here. Let me go ahead and start with that. I'll fight a few of these. Oh, come on now. How did it get that far away from me? Yeah, whatever. If I can get a couple more up here, and we should be done with that. Let me blast this guy here. Perfect. You have cleared Balin's camp of the worst of its infestation and can now investigate for any relics or items of interest. I guess it was probably referring to that journal. So here are the plaques. It's going to be 5 of them. A skull, a coffin, looks like a tree, I want to say. Some onions and a broomstick. So let me pull up the puzzle here. So this is a multi-layered puzzle, because first I have to figure out what's what, and then I need to figure out what order it goes in. A dwarf who makes me has no need for me. Dwarf who buys me has no use for me. Dwarf who uses me would not want me. I'm assuming that's going to be the coffin. I think that makes sense. I have 100 legs and cannot stand. I have no head and a long neck. I cannot see, but I am neat as can be. So that may either be the tree or the broomstick, I would think. 100 arms, 1,000 fingers, and no eyes to see where it is I linger. With a knife, cut open my head, then weep beside me when I am dead. So that's gonna be the onions. That makes sense there. I have no eyes, yet once I did see. I once had thoughts, but now I'm empty. So that's gonna be the skull. Now the question is, which one of these is going to be the tree and which one is going to be the broomstick? That's the main issue. So 100 arms comes before the headless long neck. I'm assuming the 100 arms then is going to be the tree, and that's going to come before the neck. Headless long neck comes after the dwarf and me, and 100 arms. No eyes comes after the headless long neck. Dwarf and me comes after 100 arms. Alright, I'm gonna have to take a little time here to write this down, because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me think out loud through this. That would just drive anybody crazy. Alright, so I think I got this. I think I'm gonna start with the tree, because headless long neck comes after dwarf and me and 100 arms. 100 arms is gonna be the tree, and then dwarf and me comes after 100 arms. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the stone here. Okay, I think that worked. Now I need to press the second stone. And then this one's gonna be the coffin, which it comes after the 100 arms. So I'm gonna go with the coffin here. And then headless long neck comes after dwarf and me and 100 arms. So that's gonna be the broomstick, I believe. Hopefully this works. And then next, 100 head cut open is alone at the end. So that is going to be the onion. That's going to be at the end. No eyes comes after the headless long neck, so that's going to be the skull. And then finally, we should get the onions here. There we go. Nice. A final clue is revealed in the carved writing along the tops of the stones. You have solved the puzzle of the carvings. Alright, did I get anything else out of that? Is there another quest here? Can I still use that journal? No, I can't use it anymore. I don't think there's any more quests here. I think those were the only two. Alright. So I think this is what I'm gonna do, since it's only been like 10 minutes that I've been recording this. I think I'm going to pause right now. I'm gonna start plugging stuff in the completionist checklist, and then I'll do a few quests that I missed along the way for the remainder of this episode. In the next one, I'll head into the final 6-man instance here, Moria, the 16th Hall, and then I'll do that. And then after that, I'll continue doing some quests that I missed, and then there's also the raid, and we'll continue working our way towards the end, but we're getting there. I suspect only a few more episodes left in Moria. We'll come back here next season though, don't worry. But I'll be right back after this snazzy edit. Alright, so I spent some time plugging stuff into my completionist checklist, and I did in fact miss a lot of stuff here, Moria. And it actually took me several hours to go through everything and organize all the quests, see what I did, see what I didn't do. And there were a lot of things I got to figure out, because specifically in Update 7 and Update 9, they revamped Moria, removing a bunch of quests, adding a bunch of quests, and reworking a bunch of quests. But they didn't specifically say what they did, so they didn't just give you a list of the quests they removed, so I had to kind of work through some of that myself. But anyways, the first quest that I missed is actually over here, and it tends to be an item that you interact with. These are usually the things that I miss along the way, because it's easy to gloss over it. It's not marked on your mini-map with the quest ring, so anyways, this is Falgear's Papers. And this is going to start the quest, Riddles in the Library. These papers are full of runes you do not recognize, translated into the common tongue. It means nothing to you, but these strange runes are of some interest, for they do not look like any language that you recognize. The papers are signed Falgir Twist Tongue. Alright, so I can bring this to a dwarf in the Dolphin View. Now this quest is actually going to open up a few other ones that I may not have missed along the way, but since I didn't do this original part, then obviously I did miss it. Let me see about making it all the way to the Dolphin View. I always hated this area here because I always got lost in it, but hopefully I can get up there quickly. I don't know if I missed this quest. I think this is actually a repeatable quest. Maybe it's not. Adjusting this mirror has helped the paths of the Dolphin View to be much better lit than they were previously. This will likely save many from falling or taking a wrong turn. So this may be a repeatable quest, but even if it is, I can't remember off the top of my head if it was one of the ones that I missed along the way or not, so we'll just do it. Especially since we're headed up to the Dolphin View anyways. Alright, let me speak with this fine dwarf.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
So you were the one who adjusted the lights, were you? At first I thought there was a fire, and that we were about to be attacked, but then I realized that the light was a warm, gentle one. I knew that it would come from one of the ancient mirrors. I've heard so much about it. I'm only happy that I lived to see the beauty of the light system in Khazad-dûm.
It is said that Durin's bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
Hammer and tongs. These papers must date back to the time of Durin's rule. A very promising find, Kippen. Falgir Twist-Tongue was a famous riddle master and tinkerer of words. These runes are utterly foreign to me, so I believe they may be of a special language he made up. You should hang on to these papers in case you see any of these runes in Moria. I have a feeling that old Falgir left some puzzles to be solved. Alright, so that's going to open up a few things. Specifically, I think I can start in the 21st Hall. These guys here, you'll remember, are repeatable quests, so no point in redoing them, and that's why they have quest rings.
The orcs from our kingdom.
Let me head on over to the 21st Hall for now. Alright, so you may remember, I don't know how many episodes ago, but I was trying to interact with this plaque here and it wouldn't let me. That's because I had to do the quest that I just did in order to be able to interact with these that you find throughout Moria. So here's the first one. A riddle in Falgir's strange written language. Dwarf walketh over, dwarf walketh under. In time of war, dwarf burneth asunder. So I have to solve that riddle. So riddle's in the tomb, so I'm gonna head over to the chamber of Nazgûl, and then I'll try to solve the riddle there. So there should be some stuff for me to interact with here. As you can see, there's a grail, there is a footprint, there is a bridge, and there is a horn. There's also hourglass, sun, tree. I think that's it. So let me pull up the riddle again, see if I can figure it out. Dwarf walketh over, dwarf walketh under. In time of war, dwarf burneth asunder. So I think bridge fits that quite nicely. So I'm gonna go with that. There you go. Perfect. So I completed that one. I think the next riddle is actually in the Silvertine Lodes. if I'm not mistaken. So let me try to take a pony over there. In fact, I think if I go to the rotting cellar, that may be the quickest way to get to where I'm going. Or I can just go to the deep descent. Let me see what my travel options are with the stable here.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Do I have the rotting cellar here? I do. Let me do that. Okay, and then I think from here, what I want to do is go up to the Silvertine Lodes. Should be able to head up north. Maybe not the easiest way to get there, but I think it'll do. So yeah, this part of the episode and probably the next few episodes, I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing because the quests that I missed, they're pretty scattered. So it wouldn't make sense for me to try to run everywhere. So I'm probably gonna utilize editing a little bit more than I usually do just to clean up the loose ends that I left here in Moria. Then of course we still got a few instances to do. Alright, I think I'm in the right place. I don't know where that takes me, I forgot. I think it takes you to the old city, but I think this might be faster here. I think I need to go east. And I don't know if I've done this one either. I want to say these mirror quests are repeatable, but I can't remember from my spreadsheet if I was missing this quest or not. Swiveling this mirror back into place should restore a little light to Khazad-dûm. Once finished, you should seek out the dwarf Thetmar at the deep descent. So again, it tends to be these quests that you have to interact with an item that I miss. And again, mainly because they just don't pop up at your quest tracker, sorry, or the mini-map. So let me see where I'm going here. I think I want to head down. I actually want to go east a little more. Let me drop down here. Works for me. I was just over here, so that was stupid of me. Let me try to go that way. Climb up a little bit. That way I can go east from that path. I think this is probably the right way. I think I'm trying to get like somewhere over here. It's another one of those areas in Moria where it's kind of hard to maneuver yourself. This is not entirely where I want to go, but you know what? I may as well turn in this quest right here.
The House of Durin will live forever!
You are making Khazad Dûm just a little bit more habitable every day, Kippen. These mirrors will once again light our ancient homes. Alright. So let me get back to where I was trying to go. That's all the way to the east. Let me see about dropping down this way. That's a big fall. I don't know if I want to risk that. I think I got screwed over last time I tried it. But I do need to go down somehow. Oh no, I was trying to land on that thing. Dang it, but it wouldn't let me. There was like an invisible wall. Alright, we're gonna fast forward this. Alright guys, I'm sorry about that. That was ridiculous. I took you on a very big detour. I should have just come here to the old city. But anyways. You have found a plaque bearing the strange ruins of Falgir Twisttongue, author of the papers you found in Katub Zahar. When translated, they read as follows. I can sizzle like bacon. I am made with an egg. I have plenty of backbone but lack a good leg. I peel layers like onions, but still remain whole. I can be long like a flagpole, yet fit in small holes. What am I? Alright, so the actual plaques, I believe, are going to be a little bit to the south of here. Whoa, I almost fell there. That would have sucked. And here. Okay. So there's a snake, a bunch of snakes. Coffins. Blank ones, a road. And you know, I think a snake fits the riddle pretty well. Right? I mean, it's the only one I can click anyways, but yeah, sizzle, because they can rattle, they come out of an egg, they do have a backbone, but they don't have legs. They peel layers, and they can stay whole, they can be long, and can fit in small holes. That definitely makes sense, so I'll interact with that. You have solved the riddle of the serpent. There's another plaque on the other end of the wall. The plaque is inscribed with a riddle in Falgir's strange language. At night, I become without being fetched. By day, though lost, I am not gone. All know me, but only the ocean can heed my call. So let's see what our options are again. There's a coffin. There's a bug. There's a road. There's rain. There's a moon. Let's see. At night I come without being fetched. Moon. By day, though lost, I am not gone. That would be moon. All know me, but only the ocean can heed my call. So the tides, I think moon makes sense here. You have found a strange rune marked with a key within the chest. Talk to Ondot about what you found. So I think he's actually up here. I think when I first came through this area, I marked upon a comment that I thought there was a riddle quest here, so there you go. I wasn't wrong, I wasn't going crazy. I just hadn't unlocked the original part of the quest.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
You are a riddle master as well as a dafty warden. Hey, Kippen? That is most impressive. Let us see what you found here. A key? Interesting, I should hang on to this. If I were you, it might come in handy if you find any more twist tongues riddling in Moria. Let me see what this cloak looks like, just out of curiosity. It's not bad. Alright, I think there's one more riddle to solve over in Anazarmicum. Let me see if I have a swift travel there. I don't think I do. Yes, I do. Let's go there. This may be a little bit of a longer episode, obviously. Okay. Again, this is a repeatable crafting quest that I've already done. The trace metals. I believe, though, there is a riddle right here. Perfect. A riddle written in Falgir's strange runic language. Weight in my belly, trees are my back, nails in my ribs, feet do I lack. Alright, so let's go over to where we can interact with some plaques. It's all the way down in this red circle, so I gotta go quite a distance. Hopefully I don't get as lost as I did in the Silvertine loads, though. That was just crazy. Alright, I do see some plaques up ahead, maybe? Nope, I was imagining things. There's nothing here. Let me go down a little bit more. There we go. So there's a bunch of stuff here. There's a goblet, there's a ship, there's bow and arrows. There's a horn, there's a horse, there's a shield, and a coffin. Alright. Weight in my belly, trees are my back, nails in my ribs, feet do I lack. I think ship makes sense, actually. Because they carry weight, they're made of wood, aka trees, they're nailed, and they don't have any feet. I'll go with that and see what happens. Alright, perfect. Works for me. I think there was supposed to be another quest here. Although I am mistaken, maybe. Thought for sure there was another quest that was supposed to open up here. Oh well, I'll check. If not, I think I'll call it an episode. So thank you guys for watching and see you next time, or maybe in a few seconds. Alright, I was not going crazy. There is another quest here. So actually, the ship was the correct one for the other one. So if you open up this store, you'll see that there's even more stuff here. But there's another riddle right there. So let's see what that is. This riddle is on the back of the door that you chose when you solved the riddle of the ship. I turn around once, what is out will not get in. Around once more, what is in will not get out. There are 3 levers in the locker space contained behind the door marked with the ship. Each of them is marked with a plaque bearing a different symbol, Below the left lever is a plaque of footprint, the middle is a snake, and on the right is a key. So I think the key makes most sense here. I turn around once, because you can turn a key, and then you can lock something out. And then if you turn it again, you can lock something in. That makes sense to me. So let me go with the lever of the key here. You guessed correctly, and you have solved another of Falger's riddles. I want to say I guessed. That's not very fair. I think I solved that one. And let me just swift travel back to Anna's Armicum, and I can turn this in. Right, where is he? Right there.
Balin came, but we have heard no word from him.
Falger has left quite a puzzle to be solved, eh? Thank you for sharing your discoveries with us. Moria is home to many wonders, and it gives us heart to see them being discovered. Alright, so I think that's gonna do it, and I think that's the end of the riddle quest chain, so thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. Maybe an instance, maybe some more quests I missed along the way. We'll see.